Well, hey guys, and welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. Yes, it is Series 5, Show 12, and this is episode number 6. Wow, it's been an interesting week. So we have a great topic for you. If you've never been here before, of course, welcome. If you're coming back, of course, welcome back. It's always great to have people that enjoy the content that I produce. If you're thirsty or hungry, feel free to go grab that and come on back, whether it's salty, tart, sweet, or healthy or not. That's up to you. Grab that and come on back to the show. Do not forget to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my, of course, amazing, inspiring creations, which you guys can do 24 hours a day. That is after the show is over. All right, everyone, welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It is so great to have you here. The weekly topic is seeing clearly, and we're not just talking with our two eyes, right? When your vision sharpens, your decisions improve. And this week's focus is on learning to see and actually experience things clearly and deeper and think that way and act with courage and live with integrity and purpose. Strong lives are built when awareness replaces assumption and intentional choice replaces, yes, drift. So how to choose well is what we're basically about. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, and a passionate lifelong learner. And pretty soon, guys, yes, a published author. Yeah. Welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. This is all about seeing clearly, developing clarity in thought, courage in action, and integrity in your choices. Today's episode focuses on practical strategies to make decisions better, to build discipline and create momentum in your personal and your professional life. So, better choices build stronger lives. Did you know that? Yes, they do. Every intentional decision compounds. That's right, guys. The impact. Discipline improves outcomes. Focus fuels consistent results. Consistent habits build progress. Repeat effort multiplies over time. Values guide decisions. Aligning action with principles ensures true purpose. Strong standards strengthen character. Integrity is the foundation of our leadership. Discipline, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it builds freedom. Structure gives autonomy. So discipline builds freedom. Structure gives it autonomy. Better choices reduce regret, guys. Proactive decisions protect future opportunities. Consistency, well, it builds trust. Reliability amplifies the influence. Good habits strengthen success. Routine choices create momentum. Smart decisions build momentum. Deliberate action moves the needle. We've talked about the needle before. I'm talking about the meter, right? Everybody measures things with a meter. Now we have digital meters, but we used to talk about a needle and how much the needle would be affected this way or that way. So discipline fuels progress. Steady effort outpaces the bursts of motivation. Value creates direction. Clarity of purpose simplifies action. Consistency builds reliability. Dependability is earned through reputation. Better habits build better days. Small wins create life-changing results. That's right, guys. Discipline improves results. Structured approaches deliver measurable outcomes. Values strengthen leadership. Ethical choices inspire trust and, yes, followership. Strong decisions create stability. Confidence emerges from intentional action. Consistent effort fuels progress. Daily execution compounds our success. I think that's an important thing to understand. Smart choices, guys, strengthen momentum. Intentionality builds randomness. Discipline improves performance. Focus drives the capability. More importantly, your peak performance capability. Clear values guide action. Alignment ensures meaningful results. Good habits support growth. Repeated positive behaviors expand your potential. Consistency strengthens success. Discipline reinforces every win. Discipline fuels achievement. Structured execution turns vision into reality. Strong standards guide choices. Principled decisions protect integrity. Better decisions strengthen futures. Foresight prevents setbacks. Values shape identity. Who you are is defined by what you uphold. Consistent effort builds strength. Resilience comes from daily practice. Smart choices improve outcomes. Strategy maximizes effectiveness. Choose wisely. That's my message for you. Your deliberate action today sets tomorrow's trajectory. I think when we think about trajectory and we think about tomorrow and we think about pace and we think about being well, a lot of people focus on the fact of what they did in the past. And you might say, well, John, that's what I do. But your past does not have to equal your future. It doesn't. See, if you change your life, if you change your thoughts, your past will not equal your future. Your thoughts create your reality. Did you know that? Your thoughts create reality. And when we think about reality, right, it's not something in a far distant place. Reality is what's you're seeing, you're hearing, you're touching, you're smelling outside of your body. That is reality. Okay? Reality is not something somewhere. It's not some mystical TV show or place. It's what you experience outside of your human body. That is reality. Now, here's the truth, guys. Your mind, oftentimes, 99.9% times or more, cannot tell whether it's reality or whether you're imagining something. So when you imagine something, your reality that you are in notices things like muscles contracting. So they've done studies with athletes and they've done meditations. And when they've done this, they've noticed the same muscles contracting when they imagined it, just as if they actually did it. So that means that our brains are pretty intelligent. And because they're very intelligent, they can interpret a program. And when they do that, that program that you give it or other people give it, it causes a state change. I think when we say the word choose, the biggest thing that comes to mind is how, why, when, where. Those do come up when we choose. If I said to you, what type of ice cream do you enjoy? Is it vanilla? I know I'm going to get you hungry now. Is it chocolate? Is it butter pecan? Is it pistachio? Is it chocolate chip mint? Is it Oreo mint? Is it peanut butter? Is it fudge? Is it Rocky Road? Chocolate chip mint? Thinking about those flavors, I bet your palate is already watering just by me saying that. So when we go to a place to get ice cream, we go there because we want ice cream, right? That's why we're there. So we're going to choose a flavor. Most people are going to choose something they've already chosen before and they've been happy with. Some people will try something different. 90% of the time I go to get ice cream, I will have a flavor that I've had before, and I've had many flavors before. Sometimes there'll be a new flavor. I'm like, I want to try that. And I say, can I have a sample? And they'll give me a little spoon with a pretty big helping of it. And not bad. Let me just take the chocolate chip mint then. Oh, you don't want this? No, I don't want that. So Our choice gets made by a couple things: the color, the texture, the taste, and even the smell. That's right, guys, even the smell. So that's how we choose. We choose this way because we don't want to have ice cream that we're unhappy with and waste money. So we think about what flavor we would like to enjoy. We might think about the size first. Typically, is it going to be a cone or cup? If I'm getting a twist, like a black and white, I typically will get it in a small cone. Now, you might say, John, what's the difference? Small, medium, large? I find that I'd rather have some ice cream than a lot of ice cream. I just need a taste. I don't need to have anything bigger than a medium, right? Or let's say a small. So there's a kid size, there's a small, and once in a while I'll get the medium. And so I choose between the cone and the cup, but sometimes people have the cone, the waffle cone, and the cup. Now you have to choose from, do you want the cone, the waffle cone, or the cup? And so you still have to choose size a lot of times. Sometimes there's a small and a large in each. With a waffle cone, it's just grande. I mean, it's just one size. And with the waffle cone, it's like you're eating a meal. I mean, I don't know how many scoops. I get they probably put in I'm guessing 3 or 4 scoops of ice cream in there. That's a lot of calories. And when you think about the cup, different things go through your mind. Well, do I want the cone? Well, I don't want to get all over myself, and I'm afraid that if I get the cone, it's going to go all over myself because I'm wearing my favorite shirt. So you 86 or forget about the cones, the waffle cone and the regular cone, and you get it in a cup. Kid, small, medium, large, whatever. And when you get that cup, the ice cream goes in there, and then maybe you get a topping, right? What kind of topping do you want? Do you want sprinkles? Do you want colored sprinkles? Do you want, I like hot fudge? Or do you just want syrup? Do you want marshmallow on the top? I usually don't want that. I never like that. Do you want nuts? As long as you're not allergic to nuts. And then they give you the spoon. Some places even ask you, do you want the small spoon, like the real short spoon, or you want the real big spoon? And then you sit down and you take a moment, get your napkin ready. You put your napkin on your lap or shirt, and you start to enjoy the ice cream. And then you realize that your time in not rushing to choose the flavor was actually well worth the investment. And you enjoy the ice cream, and chances are you're probably going to come back for more ice cream. So that's one kind of choice. We can make another kind of choice. Let's call it a friendship choice. So you've got 2 or 3 friends. One wants you to go with them to, the racetrack. Another wants you to go with them to the football game. Another one wants you to go to them with, going to the beach. So you got the beach, you got the football game, right? And the racetrack. Let's stick with those 3. How do you choose which one you go to? Well, some people try to figure out if they can fit it in the same time, and that usually doesn't work. Do you like race cars? Yes or no? Do you like football games? What do you like more? Now, if you like all of them the same amount, this becomes a real conundrum. How do you choose? They're all good friends of yours, and you don't want to disappoint any one of them. You might say something like, hey, I got to pick, all right? And next week, I got to pick again in the following week. So I'm going to pick one of you today. And next week, we're going to pick another. And then the third, so I'm going to pick all of you within the next couple of weeks. But today, I can only pick one. And I don't know, the race car seems kind of exciting. Haven't done that in a while. So I choose to go with Mark and go to the racetrack. Now, what I didn't tell you about the racetrack is you're actually going to be racing the cars. So it's not like a big Grand Prix, but it's, a pretty high-end car that's on a track. It's not like the cars that you see, like I said, at the Evel Knievel type thing. But it is a car. And I think when you made that choice, a lot was going through your head. I know what was going through my head was, well, gee, I don't want to disappoint any of my friends. But I already got that out of the way. It's like, well, what would be kind of fun tonight? What would be different? Something I haven't done in a while. I haven't raced in a race car in a while. So I do that. And that choice is coming to us not so much by our core values or our moral values, the ice cream, I should say, but this choice is coming to us based on the type of fun we want to enjoy, the experience we want. Was the ice cream similar? It was, but the ice cream was more about not making a mess and also the taste. It wasn't about whose company I was going to be with or the experience that I was going to be partaking in. Let's talk about another choice. You're getting ready for your midterm or your final. You decide that you're going to wait till the last minute to study. Now, maybe you didn't study at all before. I'm not saying you can't study the night before because tomorrow is my midterm. But you still have to realize what that means. It means that you are making a choice. And sometimes the choice we make doesn't seem like a great choice right now. Like your friends ask you to go hang with them, but you need to study. You might say, John, this happens more in college as an undergraduate. You're right, but it could happen as a graduate student. And so the choice that you make is about the situation at hand. That's what a lot of people do, and that's short-term gratification. I want to go to the milk bar and have ice cream. I want to go here and have a steak. I want to go over here and go roller skating or what have you. That's the short-term gratification. What I'm not doing is looking at the long-term gratification. The fact that, yes, it's going to be a little challenging. I'm going to have to do these things. But guess what? What? I'm going to get an A on my test. That long-term gratification is worth delaying the gratification. A lot of people can't delay because like, oh, I got to have it now, got to have it now, got to have it now, got to have it now. We live in a now world. But can we just stop for just one moment? Can we silence our phones for just one moment? Can we do that? Can we silence our phones? Most people can't. They've got to have constant stimulation. And I think the body and the mind need a break. They definitely need a break. And if we understand that, then we'll treat our body in a certain way. I want to give you another choice. And this choice is a choice that's not so easy to think about. You're in a public place. And the lockdown alarms have suddenly sounded. A little scary. They sounded because there is a gunman in the building. And they figure it's safer to lock everybody in the building with them than try to let that person out. I don't know where they get this mentality from. And everybody else has to kind of, you remember the run, hide, or fight. So my choice to you is this. What do you choose first? Do you choose to run? Do you choose to hide? Do you choose to fight? You should choose to run right away. But then you might say to me, John, I'm trying to escape, but I can't. I have to jump out of a window. Now, I'd never tell you to jump out of a window. But somebody is after your life. and you're a little scared about jumping out of the window or jumping off that higher piece, it's better to take that risk, possibly break a leg. I'm not saying you should, but if you do that, you'll be alive because you don't know if that person's going to come after you. So the choices we make when our welfare or our health are at stake are different. They're different kinds of choices. I mean, first we talked about ice cream choices. That's fun. We talked about where we want to go for fun with our friends. And now we're talking about something that's pretty serious. Person's on the run of the building, and you're just there, locked in a classroom, locked in a boardroom, locked in an office, maybe several floors up. The gunman's on the first floor, somewhere on the first floor. Security's watching him on cameras, and they've locked the building down pretty much. But that doesn't mean he can't get up the floors. It doesn't mean that you're safe on the 4th floor or the 5th floor. You don't know what floor he's going to go to. What I didn't tell you is just before this all happened, a whole flood of people left the building. It got out just before the doors locked. And everybody else is stuck in the building. Very silent. Waiting on bated breath. Taking their time to figure out while they're just waiting impatiently. Some people are trying to figure out how do they hide themselves? Where do they block in? The building might be 4 stories. We're not talking about a building that has like 10 million offices. We're talking about a building with 4 stories. And maybe each floor has 10 offices. And maybe each office has 10,000 square feet. It's not a lot of area. And somebody like that could easily cover that in several hours. So you're in your office that you work in, and you're in the conference room, and you've got things behind the door trying to keep it safe. And on the right is a great big window. And this is 4 stories. Your opportunity to run is gone. You missed that window. It was only first come, first serve, and you couldn't get out in time. And then bam, everything locked. You can't run. You're hiding. But there's a window out there. It's 4 stories to the bottom. What makes you have the decision to stay or potentially jump out? Well, if I jump out, I might break my leg. If you stay and he gets to your floor, you might not live. Now, in the unlikely event that the person actually gets to your floor, then it's time to basically fight. Now, nobody really wants to fight, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody wants to fight. Nobody. But you got to defend yourself. You got to protect yourself. So you start looking for things that could be weapons, could be a fire extinguisher, could be anything. And anything that could be used in that office to protect yourself. It's not something we want to think about, but I wanted to share these different types of choosings because that's what they are. And the last one I'm going to give you is you're in a supermarket. You're just trying to make a choice. Do I go with the Twizzlers? Do I go with the Dum Dums? Do I go with the Hershey Kisses? Or do I go with something else? Like maybe Sour Patch. You're probably going to be replaying what each candy tastes like in your mind. Similar to what you did with the ice cream. But you're not going to spend as much time because you just want to get the pack and leave. Our choice algorithm is different for each state, each type of environment we're in. Many people choose something just to get it over with. They don't realize that the choice shouldn't be rushed. There's no need to rush the choice. But other people put fear in others, false evidence appearing real, to chase, to rush. No need for that. So choosing well, choosing good food, nutrition, that's another type of choice. So we have, oh gosh, so many different choices in our life. We have so much freedom. We have so many different ways we can go. But a lot of people don't understand this. And so you know what happens? They just choose wrongly. And they don't think it's going to make a big difference. I chose chocolate today. Maybe not. But one choice might make a difference. Like, which account has the best interest? There's different types of choices. And what I'm trying to get out is we choose well by seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, experiencing what's going on. And if we have information from the past about a situation that was similar, we're going to replay that in our mind to help us make the right decision. The right decision. Now, the right decision may not be right or wrong, but to us, it's right. Meaning right that it's the best for me at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I personally want to thank you for joining me on this Thursday and watching or listening. Inspirations for your life. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, clarity, discipline, and alignment turn into intentions, the ones you have daily, into critical impact. Focus on your values, strengthen your habits, and take deliberate action to build unstoppable momentum. Catch all my episodes and other long-form and short-form content by now visiting believemeachieve.com. Keep sharpening your vision, living with purpose, and stepping confidently, guys, into your best life. Because guess what, guys? It is waiting for you. Go check out believemeachieve.com. Keep inspiring yourself and others. And remember, the choice is up to you. And you have many choices that you need to make. So choose wisely. Have a great one, everyone, and be well.